Welcome. Today we're going to be making a floating ghost. The things you'll need are a 2-liter bottle, doesn't matter if it's empty or full. You're going to need it a little weighted, so if yours is empty, just add some water or something in the bottom to weigh it down. I have equal parts of Elmer's glue, which I've measured out here, and water. I have florist wire, scissors, a balloon, duct tape, cheesecloth, and aluminum foil. Those are the supplies that you'll need for this craft. Okay, now that we have all of our materials gathered, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is blow up our balloon. Okay, you can see that I'm not blowing my balloon up all the way because I'm going to go ahead and put it over here, and its purpose is really just to give it that round shape on top. You don't want an elongated head either. So then I'm going to take some of that duct tape that was on our supply list, and I'm going to go ahead and tape that balloon to the bottle so that it's upright. Once your bottle's taped, you're going to go ahead and take those wires that we had cut, and it was 18 inches, fold it in half, and so it's going to be 9 inches long. I'm going to give it a twist here to form like a little hand, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a twist here at the bottom just to kind of hold it together. Then you can see I've bent it a little. I'm going to go ahead and put the duct tape on that so that it, where I have it bent and twisted and cut, doesn't pop through the cheesecloth. Let me bring my bottle back over here. Then I'm going to go ahead and stick that on one side of my bottle, and you can go ahead and shape it however you want your arm to be. So I'm going to have mine go out and then up a little bit. Then I did the same with the other one. I'm going to give it a little hand on the end and a twist. And then I have the bottom twisted. I'm going to go ahead and put that over the bottom. And when I'm taping it, I'm putting it so that the bottom portion that I'm taping is going down. If you go up your hand, I'll have a little different shape to it, but I want mine to go up, and then I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to have my hand up again. Okay? Okay, now I have my shape formed. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and use that aluminum foil and make a little hand here. And the reason that I'm doing that is because if you don't, then your wire is going to come through your cheesecloth. So I'm just going to kind of bunch it around there and make a little hand just so it doesn't poke through the cheesecloth. Okay? Now I have my cheesecloth. It's been dipped in the glue and water mixture. I've got it all spread out. So the next thing that I'm going to do is spread it over this figure. A little bit. And I'm going to fuss with the bottom a little bit, but I'm going to put the other piece. So I told you we're going to need at least 2. If you want it to be fuller, you can go ahead and do multiple layers, but for our purposes, we're going to do 2. So I'm going to take my other cheesecloth, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in that glue mixture. Do the same thing. I'm going to get it good and wet. And then I'm going to squeeze out the excess. And then I'm going to take it and separate that one. I have the second one separated, so I'm going to go ahead and drape that over my ghost, going the opposite way, and then I'm going to play and get the bottom the way that I want it to appear. You don't have to hurry because the bottom or the ghost is not going to set super quickly. All of this is going to have to dry. So go ahead and get your bottom just the way that you want it to be. It looks like I do have a little bit of excess that I might cut off here. Okay. Then once you get that all set up the way that you want it to be, go ahead and make sure you adjust your arms. So I wanted my arms to be up a little bit. Go ahead and put those back up. Okay, mine wasn't staying up just the way I wanted it to. So I went ahead and peeled back the cheesecloth a little bit so I could get under there and redistribute some of the weight of the cheesecloth. Okay, then you're just going to let it sit. It's going to take 12 to 24 hours to dry. Once it's dry, you can go ahead and cut some felt, add eyes or face if you want to, and that should set your ghost. Just a tip, the instructions that I had seen said to go ahead and use that florist wire. I believe that if I were to do it again, I would use a thicker gauged wire. This works, but it doesn't quite give them the shape that I'm wanting to have. So our ghost is finished. What I did when I came back and the glue and everything was dry, I waited 48 hours. Once it was dry, I went ahead and cut some eyes out of felt and I glued those on. Then I popped the balloon that was on the head. My head did collapse a little bit, but I just reached inside and pushed that back up. And then I gently removed the bottle and the arms and everything off. You can see the arms are there, but I think if you use that thicker gauge wire rather than the florist wire, you'll be able to position those and either put them up higher to where he looks like he's spreading his arms, or possibly move them to the front so that he could hold something. Depends on what you want to do with your ghost. But he turned out very well, and he's very sturdy. So, and I hope that you enjoy making this floating ghost.